My name is Brian Waters. I study urban water security in West Africa, specifically Freetown, Sierra Leone. I just try to figure out how to get the most amount of people water using community-based solutions. In Freetown, there's 1.5 million people who live there, but even the government documents say that there's only enough water for 500,000 people. So it's my area of study to link the daily experience of those million people who don't get provided water to kind of the theoretical and civil engineering and geography and a couple of other areas of research to help build up those programs and support them the ways that we can. Kind of taking the ideas that already exist in the communities and making them more scalable and more structured. So in the 1980s, my dad was a Peace Corps officer and he met a really good friend there named Desmond Maya Cargovai, and he's still probably his best friend to this day. And when I was born, he actually gave me the same middle name of Maya, and so that way I would remember Freetown. So even after 30 years, my dad actually seemed to be pretty seemed to have predicted this. And now I go back and I study and I work in water resources there. Favorite thing about research is going into the communities and just doing hikes and tours and figuring out what everybody's doing, because oftentimes they already have the answers there, which makes my research a lot easier because now I'm just trying to find the fancy words, maps, and graphs that people really like to see, but the ideas and the solutions are already existing in the communities. So my favorite part is just kind of excavating those and formalizing those solutions. My hope is to figure out ways to combine the actual provisions of water with social development and community development. So the way that so many people who work in the program, the same area that I work in, either work in politics or civil engineering. And what I'm really hoping to do is to show that not only can we create good systems, but we can create good systems for people. And in that way, really create tight-knit communities and strong communities that can represent themselves not only in water projects, but in other areas and other needs throughout the foreseeable future. The methodology, I use quantitative and qualitative mixed methods. I use just about everything that will work. In the end, fundamentally, I'm a pragmatist. So if I need to map things, I've taught myself GIS and QGIS. If I need to figure out how to do a survey, I've taught myself ODK and Kobo Collect in order to gather surveys. If I need to do a statistical analysis, I use RStudio and Excel. Fundamentally, the idea is to get water to these communities who need them, and the methodologies serves those purposes, not the other way around. My plan is to become a professor. Honestly, I have about 10 years of teaching experience, and so that came before I even started working on this water project, and I found that I really enjoyed teaching. So now my future, I'm just hoping to be a professor where I can teach other people what I've learned and what I've experienced in order to create even more people like me. I think there's already people who do exactly what I do in the out there in the world, but I think that there needs to be more of us. And I look forward to working on that.